was the first time she demonstrated how to mix and infuse something, and the first time she warned him, "You have to be careful how you feel when you make potions. Intent is always important when you're using magic. You fully intend to cause damage, and I fully intend to protect, which is why we're good at what we do, yes?" He shrugged philosophically, and she half smiled. "Well," she continued, "it's similar when you're making something for someone else to take. If you're in a foul mood and you want to cause harm, or you simply don't want the person to get better, you might as well be concocting poison, or giving them water, or giving them poisoned water. Of course, your feelings don't matter if you're just throwing herbs into a pot, but these work as well as they do because you're putting a tiny bit of yourself into it. That'll get you in trouble with the FDA if you do it in America. You have to make sure that it's a good bit. Think positive, Sans."
Pretty sure all my bits are bad by now,
Sans remarked.
How's about I make some poison instead?
Damn it, Frisk. Not Frisk. Damn it, Sans. We just said this. She smacks herself. Damn it, Frisk. Damn it. A mote of light drifted from her palm and settled into the mixture. It seemed to sparkle for a moment, then resumed being a potion, instead of being a sparkle. "I won't ask you to try it till you have better control of your emotions, angry boy," she said. "Right now, you're so angry that I don't know what would happen. It has become a part of you, through whatever stuff has happened since the humans God damn it, I swear." Sans' jaw clenched so hard that the priestess put her hand out, not quite touching his arm. "Sans, please! If there was any way to—"
Forget it, okay? Just never mind.
The skeleton glared at the windows facing out from the workroom. Like everything else in this damn place, they were too small for him to fit more than his head through.
That's not going to be a problem later.
Too bad he couldn't bring her with him. Too bad he couldn't. Sans! Frisk was touching his radius. She'd lifted her veil, large brown eyes turned up to his. "Are you all right? You looked like you were considering kidnapping me."
I'm fine, kid. I need cookie. Remind me what this stuff was for.
Oh no, I lost my place. God damn it. Pets were too much trouble, especially if you got attached to them. Like Chris. And in strode a tall, thin man in dark robes.
"High Priestess, honored guest,"
the man said in a cool, whispery voice, sorry.
"High Priestess, honored guest."
"Dr. Seraph, this is a surprise," the High Priestess responded, replacing the veil as she stood up. "I can't let you see me without my veil. I wasn't expecting you so early. Sans, this is Dr. Seraph, the Royal Sorcerer. Doctor, please meet Sans the Skeleton."
"I am very pleased to see you again, Sans the Skeleton. Has Her Eminence been treating you well?" Yeah. Do I know you from somewhere?"
The Royal Sorcerer bowed again. Man, I'm messing up friggin' rural. The Royal Sorcerer... Oh, goddamn right! Ah!
"I help transport you from your cell to this room."
"It took magic!"
"This is for you as we discuss, Your Eminence,"
the man said smoothly.
"I will leave it in your office."
Man, I wish there were more speaking lines. It's fun to do him.
"That will be all. Good day, my lady. Sans."
With another bow, the doctor turned and left.
"Weirdo,"
said the 10-foot skeleton. He found he didn't want to look away from the door, lest the guy come back and catch him unawares.
Little does he know.
"Then now this infusion is almost ready. We'll leave it at room temperature, and another 10 minutes, and then there's a break, and then the rest of the day passed without me." Nice break. Okay. Her personal fortune had grown to the point where she didn't want to use any of it. "You're stingy, Frisk. You're the real Jeff Bezos of your time." Life was so strange. As a small child, she had eaten once. Then boom, adult. That's it. Done. Yeah. She ate once. As a child, she'd eaten once. Okay. As a small child, she had only eaten once every couple of days. She routinely paid several of the staff a bit extra to make sure that everything they brought her had come straight from the pot or the pan, with no chance for someone to add any surprises. The surprises implied being poison. That had felt hypocritical. I'm so disappointed there's not more dialogue. Oh, good, we're getting to more dialogue. Okay, good. Okay. That had felt hypocritical at first, but she'd soon realized that the high priestesses kept getting assassinated, so she needed to take steps. Yeah. The crossbow in the food. Ah, the old one. That old one will get you. The old crossbow in the food trick. Maxie, no, you were being so good. Okay. Oh my god. It's a good thing you're cute. Here you are, she said around. Here you are. The skeleton looked up. I shorten it to skeleton too much.
What?
This is for you. Frisk tried to hold up an enormous shirt, then an enormous set of... I keep making words, I keep dropping syllables. It's my damn weird accent my whole family has. Frisk tried to hold up an enormous shirt, then an enormous... Oh my god. I had them measure your clothes when we washed them for you. They made you another set.
What is this for?
Pause. I feel like we should take out me literally saying pause in between them. It's a shirt, said Frisk. It goes on the top half of your body. Humans need it for protection against the elements and modesty, but for you, it's because I don't want to look at your ugly-ass ribs. Sorry. Sorry. He acknowledged her smartassery with a respectful nod.
I mean, wasn't this a pain to make? I hope nobody expects me to pay for this. Not my fault if what I got on ain't pretty enough for you.
Oh, it was. Getting something that size made up so quickly cost me more than I paid for all the clothes I've had this year combined. But you're not a slave, you're my apprentice. That means you're working for me, and I'm keeping track of your wages. Wow, I should probably have mentioned that when we were making this agreement, shouldn't I?
She says it like, oh, every apprenticeship gets this, don't you know that? It's like, well, why didn't you friggin' mention it when you were telling me it's steal? She was like, look, man, I had fended off an attack. I wasn't in a good headspace to remember the small things. Okay. You're paying me for the stuff I make? I thought apprentices were the ones paying you to learn.
I consider the knowledge you'll bring back to the underground to be your apprenticeship fee. And as this arrangement wasn't your idea in the first place, we're bending the rules, she said patiently. I see you've made 3 sets of burn salve, 2 of which look usable. You really fucked up the third one, though. We gotta throw that one out. And you're almost done with the cough elixir. Fair market value for those, aside from the one you completely ruined, is about 10 monies total. So minus the infusion I'll do for you, you've earned about 7 already.
He scratched the side of his head. What am I paying you for my food?
Frisk laughed, shaking out the other leg. Okay. The pleasure of your company. At his blank stare, she shook her head and uncovered the tray. No one charges their apprenticeship for room and board, dummy. The priestess put down the trousers, picked up... I like the sentence, put down the trousers. The skeleton pulled the tray away, making her stab the table instead. Just like, oh, you pulled my tray away.
If I owe you money, you're definitely not going to poison me,
he pointed out, and began shoveling it in. You're right. No, wait, no. I said that way too happily, because the next words are, Frisk said gravely. You're right, Frisk said gravely, trying and failing to hide her grin. I'm glad you've had time to mull it over. Sans pounded the table with his free fist, rattling the glass vials. Ah, my freaking hand. Ah, I got too enthusiastic. All right.
Might as well, just for the halibut, right?
She covered her mouth with the back of her hand, like a polite lady. I would use the front of my hand. That was weak! Weak! Think of a better one and let me know, she said around it.
You're right,
he said, and waited for her to take a bite before he added,
we really need to scale back.
You're eating human food, so your body is getting more nutrition and working harder to process it. Mother said the humans all had to eat more to stop being hungry underground.
She tried not to burp out loud. Instead, she burped internally.
Besides, you're probably still recovering from the energy you spent being captured and then trying to kill me. Thrice.
Yeah, sorry about that. Probably won't do it again.
Thank you.
She reached down to dog-ear the page they were on.
Well,
He whisked the book out of her hand and flipped it open to smooth the page out. Use a bookmark, woman! What are you, some kind of barbarian?
It's an old book! They're all creased anyway, she argued, trying to take it back.
He held it over his head, roughly a mile out of reach.
All right then, fine,
she said with a smirk. That didn't sound like a smirk.
I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to go take a wet bath.
That's a line from an amazing YouTube series where someone says, I'm going to go take a wet shower. That's what someone says. It's an amazing series. It's called The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo. It's got, somehow it has the smoothest acting you'll ever see.
Read through and find 5 more ingredients to discuss when I get back.
She shut the door on quiet skeletal griping, smiling to herself. She also wouldn't tell him how much his new clothing had cost, saying only that she'd let him know when he broke even. He was like, God damn it. What really got his attention was her adding,
if you make enough money, we'll send a few bushels of wheat back with you. I should take a few little bushels back with you. No one can be upset that you were gone for so long if you come back bearing gifts, can they? I'm becoming Mickey Mouse again. Ho-ho!
He dreamed their house was cold and dark, with no one upstairs, and a single light on in the kitchen. A female fishy form was silhouetted. Sorry. Come on, Pap. He's probably just out on another hunting trip, she argued. It's not supposed to make me feel better. I usually have a good papyrus voice. What's wrong with me? Nah. That's a friggin' mobster. Friggin' the Great Papyrus. Whatever. I'm not saying this part anyway. Is that supposed to make me feel better? God, I usually have a good papyrus voice. What happened to me? Hunting animals, Papyrus. He's hunting animals, not humans. That's gotta be it. We don't eat humans. We're not friggin' Horrortail. And he knows how bad the food situation is, right? So, I don't care what he's doing. Well, not much. Undyne, I can't reach him. If he's all right, where is he? And then something had seeped out of the darkness and gently enclosed Sand's mind, blotting out the dream like a sponge on spilled water. That's a good metaphor, Icky. That's a good metaphor right there. Going so soon? He asked carelessly. It was 10 o'clock. She smiled.
If my duties only included saying words in a few songs, I would sleep much easier. There's always someone to speak to me before I mess that up, but it doesn't matter because I'm not actually going to say it.
Gotcha. Well, have fun. I'm gonna read something and definitely not escape.
Go right ahead. I trust you entirely, and I trust that you will not escape and betray my trust.
Was he imagining a weird little inflection there?
Good night, Sans,
she said, adjusting her veil. Good night, Frisk. That was it, then. He might never ever see... Oh, freaking hell. That was... Never, ever see her again. That was it, then. He might never... God damn it! As nervous as the first time he'd faced down a group of human sorcerers, and presumably killed them all. It wouldn't be too far a stretch for her to keep questioning how he became a boss monster, and that's a lot of baggage for him, so he didn't want to talk about it. She'd also realized that if she let him communicate with other monsters, he could tell them several things that she would prefer they not know, including her identity and full capabilities. Well, if she let you go, Sans, you're gonna find that out anyway. She gritted her teeth so hard that it hurt, controlling her expression with a supreme effort as the voice in her head screamed, Sans, you two-sacked face of fertilizer! I'm so close to finishing this! I can do it! Therefore, it was odd, but not completely conspicuous, when she stepped to the back of the choir, touched her new brooch, and vanished. Woo! We did it!